Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Dark Souls Remastered. Last time we ran through the crappy area of Ulasil, or Ulasil Township. And we've now come to this very black area that heads towards the Abyss. You can see some little items there. There we go, Chasm of the Abyss. Twinkling Titanite. There is a spell back there. It sucks to get, but I have one soul, so I don't really care if I die. Give me this. Dark bead. I'm poisoned, but I'm sure it'll be fine. That's dark fog. That, the spell that I just got there for damage is the most damaging spell in the game and the most damaging thing in the game. The amount of damage you can do with that spell is absolutely and utterly insane. The setup to get the kind of damage is very dangerous, like it's essentially a glass cannon build. But, Dark Bead. Fire successive Dark Orbs. In contrast to standard soul sorceries, Abyss sorceries are weighty and... we've already read this lore. So it doesn't actually have any new lore on it, but gameplay, mechanical-wise, it's insane. Alright. So we didn't actually go far to get that, which is why I didn't care about doing a suicide run to get it. But if instead of going that way, we come and follow these little lights. Hello. We'll find another path. Apologies for it being quite dark here, but these enemies here are certainly interesting. They look very much like humanity. And that is what they are. Humanity. And congratulations. I hope that was someone in their first playthrough. But they definitely look similar to humanity. And what is that? Is that a cat we spy? How strange. I am acting like I don't know what's going on. There he goes again. These things just run at you. They do damage when they pass through you. But aside from that, they don't do a whole lot. They're annoying though. This cat, once again, disappearing. Are you chasing me? No. Amazingly, they drop humanity. Who would have thought? But if we come in here... As you can see, he did damage by just running through me. They do, like, fairly significant damage too, to be fair. I'll try punching them. I don't want to be that close to them is the thing. I prefer distance. They're very... It's really hard to judge distance with these fuckers. As you can see. Which means they can end up doing a fair amount of damage. What we can see here is a wolf holding a sword. In some kind of magical shield by the look of things. The cleansing great shield. I went the wrong way. Going down would have been easier. The steel great shield used by Knight Artorias, who succumbed to the Abyss. Artorias, deeply scarred by the Abyss, used this to form a barrier to protect his compatriot Sif. Although this drained the shield, its magic defense remains high. This here, Artorias the wolf, and he has a companion who is a wolf. And as I noted, when we fought him, he only had one arm, his other arm was broken. And he used the shield that he usually carried in his other arm to protect his friend as his last sort of act of sanity. It's very sad. And then we saved Sif because it was surrounded by humanity, and we killed the humanity, and it allowed Sif to escape. By teleporting, apparently, but, you know, we'll ignore that for now. Also worth noting, if you follow the cat, you can miss this. It's pretty obvious, but if you're following the cat, you just don't notice it. But this here is the fastest moving elevator in the entire game. It's insane. But this takes us to an area where you might recognize is the Royal Wood. So you can actually come and get, hey buddy, you tried to kill me before. You can actually come and get the, whatchamacallit, the bonfire from this direction if you prefer.
Oh, you. You have quite some nerve. Or are you just thick? Fine then. What is it that you need?
I like his indignation that we...
Did you really slay Knight Artorias? I'd heard the Abyss found him first, but even still, that's absolutely treacherous. Yes, magnificently so.
He's a weird dude.
Believe it or not, Ulysses has brought the Abyss upon itself, fooled by that toothy serpent. They upturned the grave of primeval man and incited his ornery wrath. What could they have been thinking? But to you and I, it's all ancient history. You have to ask yourself, does it really matter?
That toothy serpent. He's talking about Karth. For those who know what that means, clearly he's talking about Karth. Interestingly, in this playthrough we've met a serpent. We met Frampt, who told us to go and seek the Lord vessels so that we could save Lord Gwyn. Karth is another serpent who is associated with the Abyss and the Dark of humanity, as it were.
Well,
He's annoyed because we killed him. If you survive your travels is somewhat, ominous when you're talking to someone who tried to kill you before. However, let's head back down. This ludicrously long elevator. I'm glad it's as fast as it is, but it's pretty ridiculous. See there? That kind of damage. If they hit you a few times, you can go down fairly quickly. It's nice that there's little lights around here showing you where paths are. If you pay attention to them, you will find all of these little lights that will point you in the correct direction. This one here isn't the correct direction. Don't fog me. You know, I'm fine. You want to be stuck down there? You can be stuck down there. There's an item up here. Dangerous. This here is the way to the boss, which I will be doing momentarily. There is one more item I need to get in this area. Coming up here is the easiest way to get it, because it's actually a drop down, I believe. If you come up here... and come up this way? What is this way? Yeah, this is where I think it is. Good. That isn't it. I went too far, I think. I'm running backwards from where I was, by the way. If you come down here... and then, like... is that it over there? There it is. Help me, carving. Whoop, there's the other one I wanted. I don't really mind if I die there. I'm pretty close to where I was, and as I said, no souls. And I'm actively not collecting souls, so I don't care when I die. I think I will actually put armor on in this area, rather than going, bare, as it were. Can I wear the full shadow set? I might be able to. I look a bit ridiculous, but we'll fix that with a dragon head. There we go. Now I look much better. Alright, so if I run this way, you can see where I died there. Which is funny. There's a lot of stuff in here that will glow. What we want to do is run down here. Here. These guys will follow you down. Case in point. Give me this. Black Flame. Probably the best pyro... arguable. One of the best pyromancies in the game. They're laughing. This is the way back up, right? Yeah. As you can see, I'm pretty much just ignoring the, Oh, someone kindled. I'll take that to my advantage. Oh, hello. Vagrant. This here, by the way, getting a Vagrant on a bloody recorded playthrough is insane. These are very, very rare enemies that will spawn... I mean, it's very hard to explain, but essentially, if you drop an item in the world, say, for instance, I go to my items, rubbish. Let's drop this. It sits on the ground like this. When this is done, and nobody picks it up, I can pick it up again. There we go, get a rubbish. But if nobody picks it up, it will transform into a Vagrant and go into someone's world. So if you're playing, you have to be playing online to see these. But it's just... it's such a strange... like, I know people who have played this game for hundreds of hours and never seen one. I've seen about... I think that was probably like the 5th or 6th one I've seen. Like, they're exceedingly rare. Also, he knocked this guy off the edge, which is kind of funny. But, yeah, exceedingly rare. They're essentially crabs. Should get a good look at him. Try and get a good look at him. He's a crab. With like a weird hollow shell of a body. But, we're back to the area I said the boss is this way. So let's go down here. I do want to read the description on Black Flame as well, which I will do momentarily. Twin humanities under this bridge. Black Flame. Here we are. A pyromancy discovered from the dark of the abyss by a pyromancer who wandered into Ulasil. Conjure a black flame in one's palm. Black flames are weighty and inflict physical damage, enough to smack away the mightiest of shields. Giving you kind of a clue in the lore about how you can use it. But it is essentially a pyromancy. It is combustion. If you've played around with combustion, it's combustion, but it does physical damage. And it does slightly more damage to combustion. But all of the damage that deals is physical, which is indicative of the fact that it is bound by humanity, but also indicative of the fact that, well, not indicative of any fact, but that's the boss, by the way. It's interesting in that all of these spells that are infused with humanity, instead of doing magical damage, they do physical damage, which is weird. Oh god. Die. Thank you. Come here. Oi oi oi. Coming through here is White Titanite. The White Titanite slab. I thought it was a White Titanite chunk. God damn. White Titanite slab. That's rare. One of the 2 places you can go. Oh, humanity. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the only thing they can drop is humanity. But if we continue down this way. Now, I foresee myself dying to Manus a lot. This boss is named Manus, by the way. So I'm not going to do the summon. There is a summon for this fight. In the actual fight. Actually, you may not have to be human to do the summon, in which case I will do it. But it is one of the coolest summons in the game. You summon Sif. If you save Sif up the top, following Elvina, who was the cat who was leading us there, if you save Sif and kill all those humanity, you can summon him in the boss fight. His summon sign is actually in the boss fight, so you have to do it mid-fight, which is difficult, but, you know. Figure it out. Anyway, let's see if I can pull off Manus first try. Worth noting, let's see what this says. Weakness range battle, indeed. Plus up. If you have... You can see down there those eyes. That is the boss. And from this angle, you can get the god shot. You need a lot of feathered arrows, which have damage over a longer range. And it's difficult and it takes a million years, but you can shoot him with arrows until he dies. It's hilarious. You could literally just stand here. You have to essentially free aim. You have to aim it outside of first person because you can't actually aim that low in first person. But you can aim it down and actually shoot the boss and kill the boss outside the boss arena. It's very, very funny. Be wary of strange creature. Also worth a plus. Definitely. Let's go. And so the furtive pygmy raises his head. Ow. I rolled too late. I should heal. He still hit me on that, which I'm annoyed about. Yep, down I go. I probably want max heals for this anyway. But the actual summon sign for Sif is down there if you're human. I'm not going to waste humanity and try... I will this time because I want to kindle. Let's see. I got a twin humanity, so let's use that. So I guess this is the time that I'm going to be deciding to use Sif. So let's see if I can do it second time, I suppose. I'll cut and I'll be back at the boss fight. Actually, I won't be... Yeah, I will. I'll show the Sif summoning. Actually, I wouldn't have cut now. I'll show the run back, because I always do the run back from that bonfire, and it is by far the easiest. You run this way, ignore these guys, ignore that guy who's about to try and run behind us. Just keep running. He'll leave. You run down this hill, this guy will try and shoot magic at you. Roll it. And run down the hill. The other guy may shoot magic at you again, but usually doesn't. But that reaches you to here, and you can either drop off and run into the boss fight this way, or run down the hill. Running down the hill you won't take full damage, but I mean, it's slower. So it's actually a really quite a fair run back, which I like quite a lot. Ow, don't hit me, please. I blocked it. I died, but there's Sif. Look, get him, Sif. Alright, I'm not going to go human again. It's going to be a death montage now until the final fight. I wanted to just show off the Sif summon, is why I did that, but anyway, death montage. And there will be a lot. I'm not good at this fight. At all. And for reference, I am pretty good at the Artorias fight. So, yeah. That took me like 10 tries. I mean, I guess they'll chuck that in the death montage. Dying on the way to the boss counts, right? It's delayed more than I thought it was. Oh, baby, a triple! When he screams, you need to run away from him. Worth noting. Splat. I'm kind of having some trouble getting used to how long it takes you to get up in this game. I'm used to Sekiro's hit B, then you're fine. Which means, like, I'm hitting B too early to get out of that animation, I think. I need to get sort of back into the Dark Souls flow of combat. Well, it's a shame. Hey! We're back. I got the pillaged head. Or the bloated head, I pillaged the bloated head, I should say. Down the bottom somewhere? Yeah. A head of an Ulasil resident whose humanity went wild after being devoured by the dark of Manus, father of the abyss. The bloated head is fissured and cracks lined with innumerable tiny red eyeballs. With a hard outside and mucus-filled inside, no sane person could ever wear it. However, it's not bad. Like, 17 across the board. Fire defense is a bit down and lightning is slightly lower, but certainly not bad. I can't wear it, it's too heavy. I'm like right on the precipice of fast rolling. Thank you, whoever did that. Wow, he 1-2 comboed me there. Not quite good enough at dodging that yet, unfortunately. Shit. Counter hit on that roll. I always... That Delayed hand smash for some reason always gets me. Interesting. I didn't know he followed up after that. Is that a separate hit? Or does he just always potentially follow up after that? And I've been getting lucky. As I said, when he starts doing the magic, I might die. I can't remember how to dodge that one. Do you dodge backwards through it, maybe? That might be a thing. He's got the rain one. The rain one, you run towards him. That one, you roll backwards. The straightforward shot, you do 2 side rolls, I think, if I remember correctly. Oh, shit. It's a rarer attack. Double roll, that one. Pretty consistently getting down to like half health though now, so that's something. Oh shit. If you get caught by that, you're dead, by the way. Unless you have like ludicrous amounts of armor. I knocked my microphone. Apologies. Shit. That's a shame. I think I need to roll. Gotta learn the tell for that. Well, I know the tell for that, it's just I've got to recognize it sooner. He pulls his catalyst back and then... That was a bad run. Poor luck, poor dodging. Too soon. I think you can roll through that, by the way. Oh my god. Oh, when I saw him cast that magic, I should just hit him. Literally one hit. Alright. Well, that was pretty good. I think I know how to do all of his attacks now. It was that one magic attack that was really fucking me. And, you know, just getting unlucky on some others. Slash, getting bad on some others. Alright, I think this run is probably the one. Oh, fuck me. Got stuck on a rock. I thought I made him destroy them all. Unfortunately, I didn't. I think I would have died to power within anyway. I think I need to roll away from that one that rains from the sky. I think rolling sideways is a bad idea. I think rolling away is better. I can't tell the difference between that attack and the rain attack. That's my problem. And one you need to be really close, the other one you need to be far away. I think really close is better though, because you can dodge. I think I just stay close to him whenever he casts any kind of magic. Seems to be the better option. There we go. He was nicer to me that run. He did far less magic and more melee attacks. Soul of Manus. And as we can see here, dusk is here. And a bonfire. Cool. Humanity. Lots of humanity. I realized I didn't actually read Artorias' soul, so I'll chuck that in post here, because I gave it away. But I didn't actually read his soul, so that's a shame of me. But the soul of Manus, father of the abyss. This extraordinary soul is a viscous, lukewarm lump of gentle humanity. Ancient Manus was clearly once human, but he became the father of the abyss after his humanity went wild, eternally seeking his precious broken pendant. There, you can actually get the broken pendant. It's an interesting item that will actually reflect his magic attack, but as I said, it's in a secret room, and the secret room requires light to get into. So we beat Manus. I'll chuck the Artorias soul description in now. Okay. So that's the Artorias one. This is the Manus one. This is Dusk here. You can kill her here, but you shouldn't. Unless you're evil. She's just terrified. So you can kill her, but you're a dick. If you do. What Manus is, by the way, this isn't confirmed, but as far as I'm concerned, in my headcanon, and it seems to allude to it very much, it's almost confirmed to me, is that Manus is the furtive pygmy that it talks about in the very start cutscene of the game, where it said, Lords took the souls from the flames. There was Gwyn, there was Nito, there was the Witch of Izalith, and then there was the fervent pygmy so easily forgotten. And I believe what the furtive pygmy took was the dark soul, i.e. the soul corrupted by humanity. And over time it corrupted him until he was what he was today. And clearly he split the soul and gave it to all of humanity. The reason being is because, one, we all have humanity, and the humanity is spread out across the world, so he actually split his soul up to all of humanity so that they could have humanity. To all humans so they could have humanity is probably a better way of putting that. But with that, that's going to be the end of the episode. I'm going to level up. 38 decks. Sure. I said I'd get Dex to 40 first, so let's get Dex to 40. I'll get Dex to 40, Endurance to 30, Strength to 40, and then Vitality for the rest, probably. I may want to get Intelligence up to 14 at some point. What will that put me at level-wise? 10, 15, 17... what, 23? And then bump a bunch into Vitality. 93, then like another 7 to 10. Yeah, so I'll finish the game probably about 100-ish. Between 100 and 120. Which is probably about average for your average person playing the game. At least someone being thorough. I often finish the game like well before this level because I just rush things and I don't do all the bosses, but... yeah. The only way out of here is to warp, by the way. And I am going to warp. Here. Willisville Sanctuary, I think, is the one. Where Elizabeth is. Because she was the one who asked us to save Dusk, so... seems only right that I go and tell her that Dusk is safe.
I have awaited thee. Thou hast rescued Princess Dusk and rid us of that terrible primeval human, even halting the spread of the abyss. I salute the grandeur of thine enterprise. Please allow me to express my gratitude. I thank thee, as do we all.
Cool.
I will remember thee, but I will keep thy story to myself. This is the best way, for thou art come from a time far ahead. No one will sing thy praises, but yet thy greatness shall live on, for it shall be my purpose to remember all thou hast done for us. Was thine eye glancing hither? Thou needst not hide thy wonder. I am a mushroom, after all.
The point she's making there is that...
Flame.
Thank you. May the flames guide you as well. The point she's making there is that we know Artorias as the Abyss Walker who came back and saved Ulasil. But it would seem that's not true. He was overcome by the dark. We slew him, and then after slaying him, we were the one who put the stop to the dark. But as Elizabeth said, I will remember you, but I shall not tell your story. As you are from the future, and I guess no one will believe you? I don't really know why no one tells the story, but in any case, Artorias gets the credit, which I'm okay with. He did... I mean, he can have the credit. He went through hell, and he tried. We were the one who accomplished it, sure, but we never would have had we not known about the history. Although maybe we always would have. Time is convoluted. Before I end this episode, there's a couple of things I want to do. One, most notably, is we got a key. Crest key, that's the one. Bent crest key. The grooves of this crest are enchanted, the door sealed with a powerful spell. Doesn't actually tell you much. However, this key goes up here. We found that, by the way, as we were walking through the township area. First things first, we come back this way, we get an item. Soul of a hero. Goff, the hawk.
A visitor, have we? Thou must be the one who freed Artorias. An old friend he was. Thanks to thee, he left this world with honor intact. And here I am, retired and blind. Of little help to thee, I'm afraid. If thou seekest to explore this domain, be wary of a black dragon. I fear thee no match for this terrible beast. Me, there's very little to be said. What good is a dog with no hares to hunt? But I'm lucky to be alive, I suppose. Me, but I'm...
There is one more thing that he will do for us. Firstly, he has the hello carving and the thank you carving. You can buy large Titanite shards off him for an exorbitantly expensive amount, I think. I think you can actually buy large Titanite shards for 800 in, no, regular ones are 800. These are actually cheaper. I think the large Titanite shards are 4,000 for most vendors. So 3,800 from Goff, I guess, is slightly cheaper. And you can see that he sells Goff great arrows for a very high price, 650 each. Yeah, why not? I'll buy a bunch. There we go. Get rid of my money. And we'll get rid of the rest of the prism stones. There we go.
Farewell, human. Lead thy life as thou seest fit.
You notice he said he was blind, and also he's carving all of these stones. But he said he was blind, but his helmet is actually filled in where the eye holes would be. I believe he's not actually blind, it's just someone has filled his helmet with gunk so he can't see. And this is his bow, by the way. It's a hell of a bow. We'll come back to Goff next episode when we take on Calamite. Because as he said, they are no match for him. However, we're gonna do it anyway. And I'm better at the Calamite fight than I am the Manus fight, so it shouldn't take me anywhere near as long, I don't think. But that's it for this episode, so thanks for watching, I shall see you next time. I'm just gonna run back to the bonfire. That was actually, like, I really love the Manus fight. because all of his moves are very, very well telegraphed. There's time to heal between them all, so you can learn them, and they're like, it's a very fair boss fight, but at the same time, it's still hard. And I really, really like that about that fight. All of the fights in the DLC are fantastic. I think Calametes is probably actually Sanctuary Guardian is the weakest, but even then it's still not a horrible fight. Like, Calametes is really good, Manus is really good. I still think I prefer Artorias' fight, but Manus and Artorias are close to tied for the best fight in the entirety of the game. Like, they're just so brilliantly put where they're well telegraphed, there's time to heal, so you can learn them, so they're very, very fair, but at the same time, even though they're fair, they're hard. So when you die, it's like the clear example of one of the reasons so many people love Dark Souls games anyway, is the fact that when you die, you often feel like it's your fault in Dark Souls. There's a few times you don't, like, I fell off a bridge running back to the boss in this one where it didn't feel like my fault whatsoever. But for the most part, most of the bosses, when you die to them, it feels like it's your fault. And that's a really, really good game design, because it stops you from getting frustrated. Well, it stops you getting as frustrated with the game. Some people get very frustrated with Dark Souls. I never really have got particularly frustrated with video games in general, but if there is a game that is broken and things aren't working because the game is shit, that is when I get really frustrated. But, like, both of those bosses are prime examples of tough but fair, which exemplifies Dark Souls in a nutshell. Anyway, thanks for watching, I shall see you next time. This is going to be a hell of a recording session. Like, the actual length of this recording must be pretty big, because I fought Manus a lot. Like, I don't know how many times I died, but, like, I'll put up how long it took me to actually beat him on the screen, because, goddamn. I think over an hour. Like, well over an hour, I think. It's insane. Anyway, thanks for watching, I shall see you next time. Bye.